So that's our opener right there.
Yeah,
What's up?
Right,
It's your boy Roscoe, and I'm here with my boy Isaiah.
Hey, what's
Go
going
ahead
on?
and
What's going on?
follow us on Instagram. I'll put our Instagrams right here.
Oh.
All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about hate speech. Go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe, and tell us what you think about hate speech in the comments right now. Like, do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you see as hate speech? Is everything considered hate speech nowadays? Are we just too soft? Like, let me hear your opinion. So, without any further ado, let's get it. So they have literally a whole article, multiple pages that you can go to by yourself, www.un.org, and you can see this stuff yourself.
Yeah, just type in, what is hate speech. By the UN's definition is any kind of communication in speech, writing, or behavior that attacks or uses pejorative or discriminatory language with reference to a person or a group on the basis of who they are. In other words, based on their religion, ethnicity, nationality, race, color, descent, gender, or other identity factors.
Yes.
This is often rooted in and generates intolerance and hatred in certain contexts and can be demeaning and divisive. By the way, guys, we're reading the hate speech for the United Nations. This is the definition by the United Nations on what hate speech is.
Hate speech is a menace to democratic values. Wow, that's crazy. Wait, this again, United Nations strategy and plan of attack attention on hate speech. Excuse me, say that again. Let's say I say a vaccine doesn't have enough proof yet because the FDA says it doesn't have enough proof yet. That's hate speech, even though I got it from an article or if I was reading an article. That would be considered hate speech. Or if I said men are men and women are women, that's considered hate speech. If I were to call that person a he and she refers to a she, but I wouldn't know because you don't look like a she, some of them don't, that would be hate speech, even though you don't know that. Biologically, if I were to say men and women are biologically men and women, there's nothing to that. You can't change that. That's considered hate speech. But nowhere am I saying anything about anybody's national race, color, descent, gender, or identity factor. I'm just saying something that has already been proven through science and through almost every religion. Or why is talking about a vaccine considered hate speech? The vaccine doesn't have anything to do with anything.
I think what they're really getting at is anything that creates can be demeaning or divisive, meaning that it can be used as a form of separation.
Okay, yeah.
To say this person is vaxxed, this person is not vaxxed.
But the government is doing that themselves.
Exactly.
So aren't they the ones who are doing hate speech?
Well, I mean, yeah, duh. And this is just me. I could be wrong.
Could be.
But I'm
probably not.
I'm open to the fact, but I'm pretty sure I've never seen to where the government has really openly spoken out against hate speech until certain things has happened with like the Asian community. Like the government and media sources have been.
Yeah. Think about that. That's such a newer thing. Yeah, that's such a new thing.
Hate speech.
Hate speech. You're speaking of hate.
The government, the media outlets, they've spewed hate speech for years. If you look at like African Americans, black people, they have. You can literally find a white person who has done A and a black person who has done A. The title is going to be for the white person, stress blue collar worker kills grocery store clerk. Okay. You get a reason. Stress blue collar worker. Okay. Positive. For the black person, you will see ex-felon shoots grocery store worker. True. In dramatic fashion.
And when we say black, we're talking about almost any other race that's not white. The Latin community gets the exact same treatment as us.
Latin thug or Latin ex-gang member. Yeah.
When Pop Smoke died, who meant like we'll overcome or something like that. Yeah. And so that's more of like not a positive. Yeah, that's not a gang banger. It's not a hood, black terrorist. Like that's really just a guy who is with a group of guys and they made themselves a clique. In other words, every time the golf companies get together, that would be considered a gang. But that's never considered a gang. No, because it's golf.
That's the thing, like the government has been like creating areas of hate amongst people of the same color in the same communities for years, which is a form of warfare in itself to anything of that nature. But I think coming out with we're not standing with all hate speech is really a way of going over what
they already do.
Black people were trying to establish was saying.
True.
This is a form of hate speech.
This is a form
of hate crime.
This is a form of hate in general.
These are hate in general.
These people hate us.
They're discriminatory. They hate us. They've been using this type of language to affect us. But now we're gonna draw attention from that.
Ambulance be flying by. But while the ambulance flies by, we're gonna use that little beat in the background to tell you about Fellow. Yo, that was lit. I don't know if you know it yet, but these things keep things hot, keep things cold. If you
Every
go to
single time.
if you go to the description, you can find my link there and click that link, buy yourself a Fellow, or give somebody this as a gift. And they come in so many colors, yo.
Right.
Thank you, Fellow. Again, it's in the description. Back to what we were talking about. When Asian hate speech came out, I looked around. I was like, that's not hate speech. That's just bad people. Because real hate speech has to happen for no reason. And they tried to make it seem like, look what Black people do to Asians. And that's what pissed me off, that they had no examples of white people doing anything bad to Asians, but non-stop examples of little Black boys young Black boys doing bad things to Asians. Let me tell you right now, all young boys do bad things if they hang around the bad group. It does not matter what the race is.
Doesn't matter.
None of that. I know because I went to a hood school. You can call it a hood school.
We pretty much built their businesses.
We always had good connections with the Asians.
Always. So
if you go to the ghettoest part of Chicago, you'll see Blacks and Asians. You go to the ghettoest part of New York City, you will see Blacks and Asians.
And the crazy part about it is when a lot of Asians were immigrating here, you know, some of the courses that were being taught to people who were coming like immigrants coming in was that to fear Black people.
Oh yeah,
like we're all thugs, we're all gangsters.
There is an intimidation factor there.
Yeah.
And the fact that they tried to turn it all around and make it seem like, oh yeah, it's the Black people who are doing Asian hate crimes. It's like, so who's been doing the Black hate crimes? Because of hate speech, because of the fact that someone else hates that maybe a Black guy shot at another deputy in Texas. Bro, we in Tennessee. This is, come on, ain't got nothing to do with you and I. I shouldn't treat a cop the way that I see a cop, because I see a cop as someone who just kills Black people. That's what I usually see. And then, white teens. Y'all do kill white teens because usually white teens hang around a lot of Black people nowadays lately. So now white teens are getting killed as well. So that's how I see cops, as someone who is never going to protect me, and just in case I need to be ready to kill. And it's sad to say that, but it is the truth. And that is because of their hate, because of what they see, or because of what they may feel. Or if it is something that has to do with color, then grow up, because I don't care. I really don't care. You could be blue for all I care, bro, and I'd hug you and love you regardless. Yeah. Mostly because my Bible tells me to, but before the Bible, no, I wouldn't. Let's just switch over to getting out of here, and hope you guys have a good time. Much love. Keep God first. Have a good day. Whatever goes on in your day, push all the trash to the side and focus on you. Focus on God and focus on helping others. Much love. Arigato. It's like shit.